It's already passed through the state house, and right now, 12 hours after they started, a controversial abortion rights bill is still being discussed in the state Senate.
Republicans have spent the majority of the day ripping apart the bill, which would guarantee access to an abortion in Colorado, no matter what happens down the road with Roe versus Wade in the Supreme Court. KRDO News Channel 13 Spencer Soisher is live outside Planned Parenthood in Colorado Springs tonight, where physicians there say this bill would be welcome news. Spencer.
Bart and Mallory, bills restricting late-term abortions are passing across the country in Republican-led legislatures. But here in Colorado, it seems we're headed in the opposite direction, and it's more than likely that this bill will become law. It's already passed through the House, and with Democrat control of the Senate, House Bill 22-179, the Reproductive Health Equity Act, is likely to become law.
I am overjoyed for our patients that this bill is likely to pass.
Dr. Christina Tossi with Planned Parenthood says she's been seeing more and more patients from states like Texas that have recently enacted stricter abortion laws. Texas's fetal heartbeat law, SB 8, prohibits abortions after 6 weeks.
It was really like an overnight switch on September 1st when SB 8 passed. We immediately saw patients coming to New Mexico, Colorado.
If passed, the Colorado bill would guarantee every person in the state access to an abortion, even if the landmark Supreme Court decision Roe versus Wade is overturned in the future. The bill also prohibits state and local governments from denying or interfering with a person's decision to give birth or have an abortion. But some are particularly upset by this part. A fertilized egg, embryo, or fetus does not have independent or derivative rights under the laws of the state.
Preborn human life has value because of its status as a human being. And we would say that preborn babies deserve to be protected under the law, not sentenced to death by it. And that's what this law would do.
Colorado is already one of 7 states that allows late-term abortions. Democrats say this wouldn't change that. It just provides protection from any changes at the federal level.
We're not changing anything that you can't already access here in Colorado. We're just making sure that access is available and continues.
But Republicans are not going down without a fight, including State Senator Dennis Heisey from El Paso County. He told the legislature Tuesday about the difficulties of his daughter's teenage pregnancy. But still, he couldn't imagine if his grandson had been aborted.
But I can imagine other women in her situation where they feel like, I have no choice. What am I going to do?
Now, the vote that already went through the House went down by strictly party lines and took about 24 hours to go through, so there's no telling how long this one tonight may take. It's worth noting, though, that Governor Jared Polis has said that if the bill ends up on his desk, he'll sign it. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, I'm Spencer Soisher for KRDO News Channel 13.
Spencer, thank you.